All right. Well, I'm not, in lieu of our new dictatorship, I'm not sure my theme applies, but for the 4th of July, I was realizing that we here in the United States really do have lots of freedom that most people around the world don't. We can choose where we live, what we do, so many choices in the United States. Other people, well, my heart breaks for people across the world that don't have as many freedom choices as we do. So I want you to appreciate the freedoms that we do have and just close your eyes and turn to your breath. We have the most freedom with our thoughts. And everyone, in fact, everywhere in the world has that freedom. Anytime we turn inward is the time we feel the most expansive and the most free. Just notice the texture of your breath. Just try and smooth it out. Even out the inhalation and the exhalation. Please bring hands to heart center. Just set an intention. It can be whatever. It can be several intentions for the day, for the practice. You have that freedom. May we notice the grace within ourselves and within others today. Please lower your hands, open your eyes, and come on up to all fours. And just extend your right leg. A little core work going. Notice your core. And then bring the ball of the foot down and stretch through your calf, back of the leg. You can bend and straighten that leg a few times. And the knee. And straighten it. Good. And then pick it up. Pause there. Feel the hamstrings lifting. And then bring it off to the left side and set it back down. Nice long spine, and maybe twist and look at the foot. Oh, there's a fly on my foot. Good. And then come back to center. Lift the leg. Pause there, and then sling it off to the side. Should look like this. You can just move forward and back a few times, just kind of stretching out the inner thigh. Maybe your left quad. And then lift that leg up. If you can, step it to the outside of your hand. You're in a humble position. I have to move my left knee back a little bit to get the right stretch going. And then maybe lift your back knee. Getting warmed up. You can lower to your elbows if you want. I'm not quite ready for that, I don't think. We'll see. You have the freedom to choose. Guess it feels okay for me. I lowered my back knee. And then come on back up, wiggle that foot back to the inside of your hand and stretch up to Anjane Asana. Good stretch going on the front of your left thigh. You want to grab your elbows, just arc to the right and left a little bit. You're feeling stable. And then touch down, slide your hips back to straighten that right leg. Keep the hips centered. Press your heel down, draw the leg into the socket. Maybe stretch your toes towards the floor. Runner's lunge. And then bending back into the front knee. Somehow get back to all fours position. Move through some cow and cat. And then pausing with a flat back, we'll do the same thing on the left side. So extend the left leg. And bring the ball of the foot down. Maybe bend and straighten the knee a few times, just really noticing the whole back of your left leg. Good, pick it up. Check your core, low belly's drying up. Bring it off to the right side. And keeping the hips square, let's twist and look at the foot. Breathe. And unwind. Pause in the middle with that foot extended. And then see if you can keep the hips square as you swing it off to the left side now. And just stretch that inner thigh, outer thigh. Maybe the quad of your right leg. Moving a little bit. And then either pick it up and step it to the outside, or you can heel toe, work it up there. Move your right knee back a little bit for humble pose. Lift the back knee just to feel that stretch first. Kneecap and toes point the same direction. And then if you want to lower further, lower the back knee first. Come to a humble stretch. Your blocks can be used as well. And coming back up, wiggle that foot in line with your sits bone and make your way to Anjane Asana. You can frame your head if you want to, just grabbing your elbows. Maybe arc side to side a little bit, just keeping really stable in the lower body. Stretch the arms up and touch down, slide back to that runner's lunge position. Notice a big stretch. Draw the leg into the socket, maybe stretch the toes if that feels like a good stretch for you. And bending back into the front knee. Lift the back knee this time and step back to a downward facing dog. Bend your knees a lot. Rest your hips up and back, straighten the leg. You can walk your dog, you can sway the hips, whatever feels good. And then come forward to plank pose. See if you can really stabilize the shoulders, lengthen the back of the neck, extend the head long through the heels, through the head. How's your plank feeling today? Good. And then lower down to the mat however you can. If you need to lower knees first, please do. And then 3 times I'm going to have you lift to cobra. So just go slow. You can use the hands or not, and not use them on the first time. Maybe use them a little bit on the second time. And third time, lift up a little bit, stay for a moment. Feel the length, feel the stretch, and lower down. Good, go ahead and push back to a child's pose. And maybe come up on fingertips. And then planting the hands, make your way back to downward facing dog. Walk it out. And then go ahead and lower your knees and lower to your elbows and clasp your hands. So elbows are slightly in front of the shoulders, and then just work on that. So think I'm drawing the shoulder blades on the back, but then I'm broadening the clavicle. So I feel supported front and back. And then I press down on my forearms and lift my knees to dolphin pose. And just walk your dog dolphin out a little bit. Good. And then wiggle your feet back and come forward so your shoulders are right over your elbows for a elbow plank. Get that same feeling of connection. Maybe almost lower your knees. Don't change the plank and stretch it back out. Feel the length from the top of the head through the heels. Do that one more time. And then push your hips up and back, walk your feet forward. Dolphin pose again. In that transition, did you lose the support the front and back of your shoulders. If you don't reconnect. Good. Lower your knees. Come back up to hands or downward facing dog. And slowly walk your feet up to your hands, coming to a forward fold. Maybe swaying right and left. I grabbed my elbows. Just swaying right and left, just kind of feeling everything out. You really have connection in your legs and feet. Couple breaths. Bend your knees, hands to your knees. Come upright with your torso pressed into your feet. Come on up to standing. Good. Now, just find your best Tadasana. Stretch your arms up, bend your elbows, find your elbows. If that feels okay, stay like that. If you want to, you can stretch your arms. It feels pretty good to me today like this. So it's like you're framing your head. Good. Now arc to your right. And come on up and arc to your left. And come on back up. Good. Now release your arms to your sides. I'm going to have you step your right foot in front of the left. So your shins are kind of one in front of each other. And then interlace your hands. Press your palms forward and stretch them up again. Good. Now keep hugging the legs together. You have to keep weight in both feet. Arc to your right. Maybe just a few inches. I want you to feel balanced. Mostly feel the balance. Come back to center and arc to your left. And coming back to center, release your arms and unwind. Switch now. Step the left foot in front of the right. Same thing, interlace the hands. Actually, interlace them the opposite way. Make you think this morning. Press the palms forward and up. Arc to your right. You might feel stable and one foot more than the other. Up to your left. That's like crescent bends. If you squeeze your legs together, it feels really more stable. Good. And then release your arms and unwind. Now stand on your right foot. Lift your left heel. Find your core. Your hands just can come out to balance and lift your knee. And find stability here. And maybe grab the left knee with the left hand. And stretch the right arm up. And release. Good. Now switch sides, standing on the left foot, lift the left heel, find stability, lift the knee. You grab right knee with right hand, extend the left arm. And release. Good. Now I'm going to give you a chance to do that again. So standing on your right foot, Lift your left knee. And this time, see, maybe you can reach your hands to the sides of the leg or even interlace underneath. Find stability and then maybe straighten the leg. Whoa. Gotta start over. And release. Switch sides. I've got a fun fly bugging me today. So take your time. Lift the knee. Find the stability. Interlace underneath if possible, or just hold the sides. Extend the leg. The breeze going down here. And release. Good. Come to the front of your mats. Grab your blocks. And those are just to give you some arm length. We're going to try something kind of funky. So now lift your right knee. So stand on the left foot, lift the right knee, just like you've been doing. And slowly move that foot back in space as you lean forward and set the foot down. Now your blocks are there if you need them. Come to crescent warrior. You want to grab the elbows. Good. Stretch the arms up. Straighten the front leg. See if you can find balance here. Keep the hips square, keep the shoulders square. Good. Bend the front knee and touch down to deep lunge. Well done. Step back to a down dog with the blocks if you want. Extend the right leg. Feel that position. Take a moment there. And then think knee to nose as you step it through. Deep lunge. And then step forward. Bend the knees, bring the hands on the knees, bring your torso upright and sit in chair pose. Hands to heart center if you want, or even extend the arms. Good, press into your feet and stand up. Go, arms by your side. Inhale, stretch the arms up as you do. Lift that left knee. Lean forward. As you do, step that left foot back. Your blocks are there if you need to use them. Come to crescent warrior. Maybe hands to elbows. Feel stability in your core. Balance both legs. Equal weight in both feet, even though that back heel's lifted. Good. Straighten the front leg. Stretch your arms up. Keep the hips square. Breathe. Bend the front knee. And come to deep lunge. Step back, downward dog. extend the left leg. Good. Bring knee to nose and then step it through, deep lunge. And step forward. Move your blocks a little bit wider. They're there for you if you need them. And come on up to standing. Stack one vertebra at a time. Good. Now step your, just like we did before, your right foot in front of your left. So you find balance there. Good. And you might even want to move the blocks up to the higher height. I don't know. I think I'm going to do that. Inhale, stretch your arms up. Exhale, fold forward in that twisted leg position. If you can keep weight in both feet. Now step your left foot back, but keep it kind of in the same line as your right foot. Good. It's a weird, the balance is challenging. Keep your hips square, your shoulders square. Lower the back knee. Come upright, maybe hands to the front knee. Really have to hug to the midline, keeping this hips stable and square. Maybe stretch up, twist it up, Anjane Asana. And touch down. Lift the back knee. Now listen carefully. You're going to step the right foot back to the inside of the left to a downward facing dog. Feel stable. Box eyes. Put the twisted up foot, downward facing dog. Okay, now to get to the other side, you extend the left leg and step it through, but to more towards your right block. So you're a little bit twisted. So your foot's maybe right in front of the right foot, or I don't know, maybe even to the right side more. Good. Lower the back knee. Find your stability. Hands to the front knee. Come upright. Stretch up. Twist it up. Anjane. Really hug to the midline. Front to back and side to side. That's going to help you stay stable. Good. And touch down. Good. Lift the back knee. Step that right foot in front of the left shin. So you're in twisted the opposite way. Come forward to a plank like that. Step, push back. Good. And then unwind. A regular down dog. Let your blocks off to the side for a moment so you can find regular down dog and just kind of walk it out. Really challenges your balance when you do stuff like that. Inhale, come to plank. Exhale, lower down. Inhale to cobra. And exhale, lower down. And either plank to down dog or just downward facing dog. And step your feet to your hands. Inhale, pranam. Exhale, fold. And inhale, sweep all the way up. Reach up. And exhale, hands to heart center. Good. I'm going to have you turn sideways so you can take a wide stance on your mat. And put one block behind each heel, just in case you want them. Who knows? You want them today or not. Stretch your arms out like a star pose. Woohoo, 5. 5-limb star. Your head's one of them. Good. Now turn your left foot and leg out. Bend into your front knee. Warrior two. I really want you to feel equal balance in each foot. And the more you use the right foot, the more balanced you'll feel. Feel your core engage more when you try that. Good, now bring your right hand to your hip, your left elbow to your knee. Parsvakonasana. Stretch the arm up and over. You can reach for the block if you want, or the floor even. Good, reach the arms straight up again. Come back up, warrior two. See if you feel that equality between the feet again. Good, now straighten the front leg. And try and just reach forward with your left hand. Feel equal weight in the left foot and the right, and come to triangle pose. Blocks there if you, excuse me, if you need it. It's really hard to feel that equal weight here because you're so much over your left foot, but I want you to try. You'll feel your core engage and lengthen more. Good, pretend like I'm pulling on your hand, bend your knee, warrior two. Good. Relax your arms, straighten the front leg, turn it forward. Good. Just for fun, hands to your knees, fold forward and come all the way down to a Prasarita Padottanasana. You feel equal weight here. If you want to, you can reach your hands to your shins, outer shins or ankles, and just pull in a little bit. Think shins in, thighs out. Weight right in the middle. Good. And then bending the knees, bringing the hands on the knees, come back up. And we'll repeat that same thing on the other side. So turning the right foot out and leg, bend into the front knee, warrior two. Feel the equal weight in both feet, tracking the knee straight. Good, left hand to the hip, right elbow to the knee, and then turning the belly and chest forward. If you want to, reach for the block or the floor, Parsvakonasana. Arm by the ear if you want. Think broaden the clavicles, stretch long through the top of the head, through the left toes. Good, reach the left arm up towards the ceiling. Pretend like I'm pulling you back to warrior two. See if you have equal weight, you're really using your core. Straighten the front leg. And then just kind of lean forward, thinking as I lean forward, I'm going to press more into that left foot until I can come into triangle pose. Even here, just feel that if you press into the left foot more, you'll feel a lengthening of your core through the top of your head, broaden the clavicles. Good, pretend like I'm pulling on your wrist to come up and make your way to warrior two again. Well done. Release your arms, straighten the front leg, turn the foot forward, and make your way back down to wide-legged forward fold, Prasarita Padottanasana. And then come on up. Go back to the first side. So bend the left knee, or turn the left foot out, bend the knee, warrior two. Make sure it's equal. Left hand to the hip, or right hand to the hip, left hand to the block. Good, now you're gonna slide the right foot forward, move the block out. Think, press into that left foot, lift the right leg, Ardha Chandrasana. Broaden the clavicles. Good, hand to the hip, bend the front knee, slide the block back as you bring that foot down. You might have to wiggle it back. Make your way back, warrior two. Straighten the front leg. Turn that foot forward. Turn the right foot out. Very mindfully, warrior two. Keep weight in that back foot. Good. Left hand to the hip, right hand to the block this time. Slide the foot forward as you do, slide the block out. Weight in the right foot as you lift the left. Ardha Chandrasana. It's okay if you want to just do Parsvakonasana again, that's fine with me. I want you to feel super strong. Even though that left foot's lifted, you feel like, whoa, I'm using it to my advantage to keep my spine super long. Good, bend the front knee, left hand to the hip. Slide the block back as you touch that back foot down. Warrior two again. Good. Equal weight. Straighten the front leg. Turn the foot in. Release your arms. And then heel toe, heel toe. Bring the feet together. Whew. Hopefully you feel super balanced. We're going to do a few more stretches, but I'm going to have you come down to a seated position on your mat. And if you want to take the wide way, you can, but you probably don't need to. Stretch your feet out long in front of you. Bring your hands down so you can draw the legs into the socket and get really tall and long through your spine, connected through both sits bones. Good, now just bend your right knee and you can keep it in line with your sits bone, or if you feel like it works to bring it across, you can. We've done a lot of cross action, so maybe it'll work so you can ground that foot down. And then interlace in front of your shin and pull back and up. You feel super long. You feel both sits bones grounded. You feel so long in your spine. Good, now and then we're going to do a little twist. So left elbow grabs the knee, right hand comes behind you. Or twist. So just keep thinking, want to stay centered and balanced as I twist. You want to have freedom in your hips too. This will feel good. Couple more breaths. See how long and even you can make your breath. Good, and then come back to center. Now, if your foot's in line with your sits bone, just bring your ankle across like so. If you have your foot on the other side, see if maybe you can stack knee on top of knee for half Gomukhasana. This foot has to be grounded down. And you can just kind of play with what feels best for you. You can get that Dandasana so you feel super long in your spine. And then if you feel like more stretch, maybe fold forward a little bit, just bending at the hip creases, lengthening out and breathing. And come on back up, unwind, but this time keeping that left leg extended straight. Bend the right knee and just bring the inside of the foot to the inner thigh. And your goal is to just keep this leg straight and just feel a nice stretch here. And then facing that outstretched leg, keep your left hand on the outside. Think Dandasana first, so really grounded, and then maybe reach the right hand to the outside of the shin or the ankle or even the foot. Fold over it. Now, if this doesn't work for your knee, just extend that leg out diagonally to the side. Don't have to have it bent. And if it doesn't feel good, I recommend you just keep it straight. Good. And come on back up. Stretch that right leg straight. Shake it out. Find Dandasana again. And then switch sides. So bend the knee, just see how it feels. That's safe, or can you bring it to the outside and do the same thing? Interlace your fingers the opposite way that you did last time. Pull back and up. You can find that length and strengthen your core. And then initiate the twist. So right elbow grabs the knee, left hand behind you. And breathe. Every inhale, think, I'm really tall. Exhale, maybe twist. Unwinding either ankle across thigh or knee on top of knee. And shift until it feels like a comfortable position for you. Think long and tall, Dandasana. And then if it feels like you want more, you fold right at the hip creases over that whole leg configuration. See where it takes you. And coming on up. Either foot to the inside, this leg stays straight. You decide if that's not good for your knee, you can outstretch the leg. I'm just gonna see how my knee's doing. I think I'm gonna stretch it out. So I'm just stretching that leg kind of towards the corner of my mat, centering on this leg and folding over it. My knee right now because there's a lot of sorts. Come on up. One more fun thing, you're just gonna bring the soles of your feet together. I like to bring the hands underneath the ankles just because it works better for me. Or Baddha Konasana. So think that long spine, even weight on both sits bones. And then if you want more stretch, it's okay to round your upper back and round your spine forward to stay on the sits bones. My elbows and forearms can encourage my thighs to open, and it feels really good. And come on up, bring your knees up. Now go ahead and transition to your backs. Feet right under knees. Find a neutral spine position, hands by your hips. And go ahead and lift up to Setu Bandha, just to re-stretch out some of that. You just, all those forward folds. Feel weight in both feet and in the shoulders. A big stretch in your core. You feel weight in your big toes, little toes, inside of heel, outside of heel. Good. And lower back down. Bring your arms to cactus. Bring your feet wider. Just do some windshield wipers. Kind of working out any kinks. You feel good on your hips after all that. And then bringing the knees up, bring the soles of the feet together. Open the knees for butterfly. And if you want, bring your hands on your belly. Notice the breath moving in and out. And keep that neutral spine. And then closing the knees, hands by your hips again. Lift the shins up. Keep a neutral spine. I want you to really notice a neutral spine. So your shins are lifted. And then straighten the legs up towards the ceiling. Keep the neutral spine. If you need to move the feet away from you a little bit, so your low belly is drawing up. mostly just want to feel the legs, like legs up the wall, but you're supporting them with your strong core. And then just bend and stretch, flex, and point a few times. And then pause and allow your feet to open wide. It should feel really good, but don't lose that neutral spine. So my toes have to turn out a little bit to keep the neutral spine and to keep it feeling good. Good. Use those strong core muscles to pull the legs back up. Interlace around the right thigh, extend the left leg to the ground. Oh, that feels good. Rest your leg into your hands. Feel that nice long spine. Good. Lift the left leg up and switch. Keep the neutral spine. Right thigh comes down. Press. Good. And then release and extend down and come to Shavasana. As you relax in Shavasana, I encourage you to think about a few things that you do have freedom over. So, noticing your breath. Every exhale, just encourage a relaxation in all of your muscles and joints. You have many freedoms through your senses. Here we can choose what we look at. We can choose to watch the doom and gloom of the news, or maybe switch to some positive things that people are doing to improve the world. Programs that do not glorify violence and evil, but programs that celebrate goodness and kindness in the world. It's your choice. You can choose what you hear. Laughter of kids, birds singing, TED Talks, nice podcasts, pleasant music. You can choose other things as well. And choose what you smell. And you definitely choose what you taste. What foods do you choose? Things that nourish your body, maybe that are seasonally fresh, or things that you just really, really like. You can choose what you feel. You can choose good soft clothes that stretch and move, or maybe you choose clothes that make you feel more powerful or beautiful. You can choose shoes that fit properly. You can also choose shoes that make you look like you want to look. So many choices with what you feel. You get to choose who you spend time with, people that help you expand and grow, or people that suck your energy, which is fine as long as you're able to feel full enough to handle that. You choose how much rest you work into your day and your night. You choose activities that feed your soul, that feed your body. Just reflect on a few things that you'd like to work more of into your life, more time for into your life. Start to notice your breath. You get to choose the way that you transition back up to seated. Take your time. Bring hands to heart center. I really appreciate that you chose to practice with me this morning. Thank you guys. Namaste. Hopefully that felt good. You'll be balanced for the rest of your day.